Welcome back to watching Austin Alley as an adult. We're watching Partners in Parachutes today. I left you on a cliffhanger last time, so we're gonna finish that cliffhanger this time. Let's get into it.
Austin, I thought about it.
Again, why is she there? Why did she know to be there? It's been like one day or two. Still not entirely sure. But still, why was she there? It's rude of her to show up to this thing without invitation, because it's your Allie's mother's book signing. Why is she there? Anyway, it's for the plot. They would have made it a little more entertaining if they had that kiss like outside of Sonic Boom. And then it would be more dramatic. I don't know. I want to think about that a little bit more, and then we'll talk about it later.
The duet sounded great tonight, Austin. Although your timing was a little off.
Seriously though, it's just weird for her to show up here. It would make more sense if they like went back to Sonic Boom and just showed up there. Yeah, I don't know. I feel no, that would make more sense. They like went back. Why would they leave the party early though? Yeah, I don't know how you make this better and still have that tension and the like dramatic effect of her showing up. I don't know how you do that in a better way. I'll think about it more. Obviously.
So Kira, about us. I'm afraid that...
I know. You're afraid my dad's gonna be mad we're officially dating.
See, the thing is...
Shh.
My god, let the dude finish. That's just annoying. Why does she walk...
Whoa, rewind. Kiss?
Yeah, Austin and I kissed last night. But not a big deal.
Oh, sweetie, your first kiss. That is a big deal.
What makes you think it was my first kiss? Okay, it was my first kiss.
It was pretty magical.
Wait. Both of the reactions to that, both her mom and her best friend are like, okay, we would have known.
Austin has another girlfriend.
Another girlfriend? A girlfriend. He has a girlfriend.
I can do anything. It's time to close the door on Austin and open the door on me.
You gotta pull.
And open the door on me.
She's been here for years. Why would she not know that? That's a stupid joke.
Whew! Tastes better when it's a challenge. Your move.
Hold on. Okay. To do this, you have to set it up. Unless they were served like this, which, sure, there's some weird restaurants in this mall, apparently. That's a possibility. But it's a lot of handling of fries, and that's kind of gross.
I was upset about it at first.
Did you get that truck customized, or did you buy it like that? Like, one of those, like, souvenir name things? I can never find my name on those because my Mackenzie is spelled weird, not with a Z or an A.
But if you want to be with Kira, not Allie, I can accept that.
I don't want to be with Kira. I want to be with Allie.
Whew, thank goodness, because I really couldn't accept that.
See, again, I think it's so funny that Des wants Austin to be with Allie more than anybody, really. Because for one thing, he cares about Allie, and for another thing, he knows his best friend and knows that he's in love with her.
And pretend the kiss never happened.
I can't pretend it never happened. Allie, I want to be with you.
Oh, so you broke up with Kira?
Well, no, not yet.
Bye, Austin.
Yeah, you can't, like, lead with that and then be like, oh no, I'm still with my girlfriend. Yikes. Like, what you should have immediately done is broken up with her or talked to her. What happened after the show? Because you, like, she's left, she's like, yeah, I'll be your girlfriend, and she's left. That's weird. It's a weird thing to do, like, hey, I'm your girlfriend, and then just peace out. You don't actually talk about it? That's strange. Seeing this as an adult, these dynamics are really weird. I don't know, I did stuff when I was 15, like, that weren't the best ethically while dating, because I was 15 and stupid. You know, you're 15 and stupid, and you do stupid things, and that could be one of this. But like, again, and that's how I like read off a lot of like Austin's behavior as being 15, 16 and kind of stupid and not knowing what to do, especially when it comes to like falling in love with your best friend. Like, those are weird feelings. And again, he has this like fear of change and fear of losing Allie that's shown throughout the entire series. I forgot where I was going with this.
Bummer, man. Have a fry. It'll make you feel better.
Bro.
First Allie, now the fries? Do you have to destroy everything you touch?
Oh gosh, Des, that's kind of rude right when he lost a chance at his crush. Also, I wonder what the time frame is from, like, what episode did we meet Kira? Ferris for some fucking bread. Whoa. I hate that keyboard shortcuts don't actually work in Disney Plus. You're a $1 billion company and they don't work in Disney Plus. That's insane. So we met episode 7. We're on episode 11 now. So what do we think the timeline is? I go back to that, but I do want to know, like, what... So New Year's Eve, we're in school throughout all of this. This could be like a month from here. So Kira and Austin are dating. Austin realizing he had feelings. This is within a week. Within 3 days. So a month, a week, 2, 3 days. Because it's the day that Austin realizes he has feelings for Allie. After that, he gets jealous of Teen Wolf dude. Forgot his name. Then they write the song, and then it's the whatever day because they're in different clothes. And then so like the Des and Trish like having made progress, and the next day, that's Des and Austin's talk where Allie walks in on Austin saying that he's gonna choose Kira. Then he chooses Kira the same day or next day, not entirely clear. Allie conquers a stage fright. They kiss. The next day is now, right? Yeah, it's the next day. We kissed last night. Yeah. And maybe Kira and Austin haven't been dating for more than a month. Maybe it's been like 2 weeks. It could be just 2 weeks. No, because I went on a few dates. Because they went to the carnival date. They went to the first ruined date by Allie. And I feel like that's got to be at least a week in between. So a week in between this episode and this episode. So let's do 3 weeks at most then that they've been like kind of dating. Which... ought not to tell your father, ought not to tell parents of any kind. It makes sense because Jimmy Star is his record label, which, again, that's a whole ethical debacle of dating your boss's daughter. Is that what a head of a record label is considered, like a boss for artists? I have really no clue. I have no idea how that works. It's like a boss's daughter. Isn't that what Trish said? Like dating your boss's daughter? Head of your record label's daughter is what she said. I forgot where I was going with this again. Disclaimer, I just got better from having a really rough stomach flu and like losing every fluid in my body. So I could still be dehydrated and like my brain's not firing in all levels. That's like normal for any day because of the chronic illness, but a lot of these just gonna be trailed off. I have no clue what I was saying with this. Oh.
So if I'm gonna get Allie to change her mind, I have to break up with Kira first.
Yeah. Why did she say that like it wouldn't have been an option or like wouldn't have been the plan? That's the plan, dude. Come on now.
I think we need to tell your dad about us.
Aren't you worried he's gonna stop us from seeing each other?
That's a chance I'm willing to take.
I'll just tell her.
And me and Kira, your only daughter, are dating. And we wouldn't want to continue without your approval, so...
I have a strict policy against my daughter dating musicians, no exceptions.
Aw, no exceptions.
I gotta say, the fact that you called me down here to ask my permission proves that you're the kind of guy my daughter should be with.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Wait, what?
I gotta say, it would be weird to have one of your musicians date your daughter. It's weird for them to know your daughter. It was weird for her to star in his music video as a love interest, actually. Like, he's his big-time record label, right? In Florida, which is weird for... Is that weird? I feel like it's weird. I feel like big-time record labels need to be in, like, California. Or, like, Tennessee. A lot of his big record labels are in Tennessee for, like, country stuff. But, anyway, also, if there's a policy against Austin dating, or actually Kira dating any of the musicians that work for a company, and he didn't even say musicians that work for him, he said just musicians in general, which, fair. They usually have some soft ethics when it comes to dating and, you know, like the groupie thing. But, yeah, that's weird to make an exception. But also, if you want to go and, like, do a character study on Jimmy Star, it's kind of weird. Like, maybe he wants the power over Austin. Like, I'm sure Austin makes him the most money as of right now because he's the, like, biggest artist, I would feel like, because he's like up and coming. But even though he hasn't put out any music in the last month, which again, strange that hasn't even came out with an album really. If that first record was an album, but he's like this huge pop star. It also calls into question like ethics of Kira too. Like, is she in line, or like gonna get his record label when he dies? Is that like a thing, or like work for him? That also like again, weird power dynamics in relationship. That's always like a iffy thing. But again, like Jimmy Starr's power over him after he starts dating his daughter. It would be a weird thing. And it's again with me wishing that Austin Alley was more of a adult show or like a ABC Family type show, is they could have gone more into the dynamics of Jimmy Starr being more of like a predator for these young musicians and actually showing more of the predatory ways of the music industry, which they don't really do. It's very surface level, a very surface level take of the music industry, which, you know, makes kind of sense since it is Disney, and they probably have used those predatory tactics themselves, so they can't show it that they know how to do it. But yeah, I feel like they could have shown more of the scary side of the music industry, and they kind of do, because I know they do like a very surface level. Because as we go on into season 3, at the end of season 3, Jimmy Starr doesn't allow Austin to date anyone publicly because it'll hinder his image as this single pop star who's like for girls, which obviously is not true. It's these girls who are like hardcore fans of these male pop stars don't care about their girlfriends, and it's kind of scary. They're very weird about it at some point. That's another conversation. But anyway, so it would have been more interesting to go more into that and seeing, because Jimmy is a villain. We don't say that he is. But for one, every conversation he has before getting Austin to his label is not with his parents, and he's 15 years old. 2, his record release party is in a club, and he's 15 years old. In fact, they go to a couple situations where they're in clubs a couple of times, and they are 15 years old. See, there could have been if this was not a kids show, there could have been some really interesting plot lines with them being in adult spaces when they're 15 years old.
I need you to keep her away from me.
I'm on it.
Not the person you want for that job.
Steak. Who wants a steak? Go get it. Go get it.
Yeah, not the person you want for that job.
I'll get it.
Hey, someone's working the cash register. They hired an employee? Good for Lester, not being a cheap ass.
Inconsiderate!
I bet that was fun to film.
Austin's new girlfriend?
Wait, what else was to say on there? 5 easy ways to avoid drama. We're on a trip to Hollywood. Win Craig's puppy. Is it puppy love? Win a record contract. They got what's his name? Trent. You got Trent on there. Go behind the scenes. Win signed prizes. Oh, so it's again win signed prizes by Heath, Craig, and Jessica. I still don't know who Jessica is. Did I find out who Jessica is? Maybe I did, and I just don't remember. Win a record contract. Is that the God, there was this like commercial show where Ross and Laura were what was it, like next big sound, next big thing, MBT, next big thing, and Ross and Laura hosted an episode. I think they talked to like young music artists. I'm pretty sure. Is that what this is referring to? The Win a record label, Win a record. It's not 2013, so I have no clue.
Country out.
Yikes! The Photoshop.
I could buy her piano. She could play at her first concert.
You clearly know nothing.
That's a huge thing. In fact, Austin really is like a huge gift giver. The piano, he's given her multiple pianos because he like ducked out her music room at the beginning to say sorry for stealing your song and be my partner. The glass shoes we haven't seen yet. What else? I'm sure there's way more. Oh, the necklace. The alley necklace.
There is a 2 shrimp limit per person.
Ew.
You did break her piano.
He didn't break the piano. Whoever was running the plane broke the piano.
I think I found a piece without piano in it. Nope.
You don't want to eat the floor cake that's been smashed by a piano. Ew.
We started as friends.
Also, the like little parallel of him stealing her song to become partners and now to become lovers.
What we have is never ending.
Isn't that a line in Timeless too? I could be totally wrong. This love is never gonna fade. My heart will never change. I'll ever always feel this way. Yeah, it's like that's the thesis of Timeless. What's the song that Ross wrote for Austin Alley? It was a Christmas song, wasn't it? I think he wrote 2 songs for Austin Alley. Well, Google isn't showing me, so I have no idea. Let me know if you guys remember what songs Ross wrote for Austin Alley. I know I know Laura wrote Finally Me for Austin Alley. Is that the one she wrote, Finally Me? Or there are 2 Me songs, but there's Finally Me and then she wrote 2 very kind of similar songs. Alley wrote 2 very kind of similar songs, and she wrote, I don't know, we'll see in a couple episodes.
I think about you every morning when I
Hold on. This dude doesn't want to be there. It has to be so awkward for someone to just walk in and serenade someone and you're just there. This part is so awkward to me. I've always thought it was awkward. I thought it was awkward when I watched it originally at like 10 years old. How was that? Yeah, 2012, 2013, 11, 12, 10, 11. My God. This moment's awkward.
Austin, I want to.
Just come here.
Yes, but just come here. Oh God, yeah, this. It's always been so awkward to me. It's just an awkward moment.
I guess we are officially a couple.
Okay, so obviously I watched this before, so I know what's gonna happen. They date for like an episode and then they break up. But wouldn't it be so weird? And again, because they don't really show them being famous part enough. That I've thought about this before. They don't show like that they're famous really, because they don't get bugged by fans. They don't really do any of that kind of thing. And so they confirm their relationship before they even really start dating. Like it's official they're a couple, but they haven't even gone on a date yet. But then they stop dating, and we don't know. Again, we don't know how long. 2 weeks maybe. I'll talk about that more next week, or no, I won't, because the next episode is not couples and careers, but it is Freaky Friends and Fanfiction. The introduction to Chuck. Anyway, is that the introduction to Chuck? I think it's the introduction to Chuck. I'm pretty sure. Besides the freaking point. Anyway, Jesus. You think it was like widespread that they like dated a little bit? And then how did they like go about being like, oh, we're not dating, we're not a couple? Did they say like, oh, that was fake, or it was fake news, or like, and like discredit Megan? What did they do there? So was it just like local Miami news in pop culture, which that feels weird. Is there a local Miami pop culture thing? I don't know. Or they was just like just in Florida that they knew that they were a couple, or is Cheetah Beat? I'm assuming Cheetah Beat is national. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Even global. Because like Cheetah Beat is based on Tiger Beat, right? The like actual, yeah, Tiger Beat. And that was national, so I don't know why Cheetah Beat wouldn't be even based on that. So how do they go about saying like, oh, we're not a couple? That's what I think about a lot, is that they don't really talk about like the public and them being famous. They don't really go into them being famous. There's no like paparazzi catching them. There's just Megan, and Megan's not paparazzi, Megan's just a magazine. What did people think? That's what I want to know. What did the Austin Alley fans in canon think was happening? Because wouldn't it be so weird to have this one magazine being like, oh, they're a couple? No, it wouldn't be, because I feel like, I'm sure in real life there were magazines saying that Ross and Laura were actually a couple. I'm sure. Anyway, but I'm not finding. Back to my point of, it would be weird for Cheetah Beat to come out with a article saying they're a couple, and I feel like that would be taken, because you have, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be taken that seriously, because it's, you know, it's a 12-year-old girl running the gossip column. But I don't know, I just wonder how they like got past that, and how they like, they would have to be like bombarded with paparazzi. I feel like, see, this is stuff we don't see, and I feel like we should see, is that Austin and Ally would be bombarded with cameras and people thinking that they're dating. Maybe people did think they were dating, but like you would feel like, because you know, like the E! News, what is entertainment, what I forgot what their equivalent was. That girl, when the same TV show that talked about the feud between Trent and Austin, that TV show would do that too, but they don't show that. So again, I really wonder how they got by like when they broke up within a month. Anyway, that was episode 11, Partners in Parachutes. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to watch more, here is the Austin Alley playlist. And here's my vlog channel. If you want to see more of me, I got a comment saying, have I actually told them what's on my Patreon? On my Patreon, you get vlogs weekly. I have a show on there called Makeup and Media, which I haven't done in a while. I should do. But Makeup and Media, where I talk about a piece of media that's been like stuck in my brain, usually TV show. I was gonna talk about like Courtney and Shane from Smosh, but that never happened because I got sick. A lot of the episodes that I've been wanting to do haven't happened because I got sick. But know that I have one about Desperate Housewives I want to talk about. How Much a Mother, Barney and Robin I want to talk about, and I've stated this before, but like, so that's on my Patreon. And then weekly vlogs. Every Saturday I post a vlog. That's what's on my Patreon. So click down below if you want to see that. And again, here's the Austin Alley playlist if you missed anything. Here's my vlog channel to see the daily short form stuff. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.